Welcome back to consecutive day 774 of a Diary of a Runpreneur. Please remember that this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. Check the link in the comments below to find out more and how you can support it. But do give this a subscribe and a share, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 774 of a Diary of a Runpreneur, and so the last 24 hours have been exciting, would be the right word. So we were in London yesterday, myself and business partner Jack, and we were with a company who specialise in sourcing property and providing it for emergency housing within the local councils. So people who are homeless, or young families, people with children that have situations where they're homeless at short notice, they'll go into emergency accommodation. And there's been a relatively recent law change where every local authority needs to be able to provide a stock of emergency housing. So many of the local authorities, especially the small ones, don't have that provision, so they need to rely on providers like this company that we're dealing with to provide that stock. And that stock could come from the private rental sector, or it could come from other housing providers, for example. So we weren't quite aware of the extreme demand for this type of accommodation, and this company is able to find stock very, very easily, but funding the conversion costs to enable it to be used for emergency accommodation is where they struggle. Now, I think I mentioned before, we have too many investors, not enough stock to provide for our investors, which is where this becomes a really attractive proposition. So we're looking at forming a collaboration where they can source stock for us in areas that they don't currently focus on, because they're only working with, I think, 10 local authorities at present. The stock that they source outside of those areas, they'll pass over to us for a fee that we can then put a social housing provider lease, or one of our social housing providers can place a lease on it, either keep it for ourselves or sell it to an investor. And they can also provide a stock of properties that they've already got that we can package up and sell to our investor base. So there's a real win-win there with the collaboration. And with our mission to house 1 million vulnerable adults, or vulnerable people, should I say, it's a really good fit. So we have a follow-up meeting Tuesday next week to kind of rubber stamp some form of offering that we can offer out to our investor base by the beginning of August. So really, really exciting, but also hopefully agree on some provision to provide stock in areas outside the local authorities that they work within as well. So really, really cool meeting, really exciting. And our big investors as well, who fund us as well in London, are looking to take the next batch of stock on as well. We have a meeting with those next week as well. The rebrand from Property Empire to Social Housing Group is pretty much there now. We're just updating all the marketing materials, etc., email accounts, bank accounts, etc. So things are starting to come together, and it's really exciting. So it's a really exciting stage. It also links in to kind of my personal investment plan as well, my personal kind of wealth generation plan. And a lot of people don't have one of these, and it's very bespoke. So I'm trying to build my own kind of investment model of how I use surplus funds or whatever into my investments. And I think a lot of people don't have a plan, and people think, oh, you need loads of money to do it. Well, it's not necessarily true, because the super wealthy people in the world often build their own assets with their knowledge, i.e. build a business. Once you've got a business that produces regular income, and you systemize the business so that the income is relatively passive, so you're not trading your time for the money, you can then buy assets with the passive income, and it supercharges your growth. Too many people try and work, save a bit of money to buy their assets, the key is, what people don't realise, build the business that generates the passive income. That's what I've been doing with the rent-to-rent business. And when you get it to a stage where the money's coming in relatively passive and there's a surplus, you invest the surplus, and that money just keeps getting replenished every month without your time being invested. Whereas to do it the other way, because you've got so many tax breaks as well from owning a business, whereas if you do it by working in an employed position, you get taxed to the max. There's not a lot you can offset, and with all your living costs and everything, you get no tax breaks on any of that side of things as well. Doing it through the business route, there's so many more advantages to doing that. So yeah, I'm really excited about, you know, I look at my investment model with the assets I already own, and I think, you know what, I'm sitting quite tidily at the moment, but when I look at what it can be and looking at the data to back up my plan, you know, I'm really keen to supercharge this over the next 10 years, and it's really, really exciting. We've also got the opportunity to purchase a care home as well, and a meeting set up next week. So there's so many cool things happening at the moment, and it's really, really exciting. So that's it for today. I'm not going to go into too much more detail than that, because I'll update you as things progress. But yeah, the future is looking pretty cool, and it's you know, I've taken a fair share of knocks over the years to possibly enjoy these moments. They're more enjoyable when you've experienced the hard times as well. So long way to go. I never get ahead of myself. I always remember, whatever the good news is, it's not that good. Whatever the bad news is, it's not that bad, and it keeps you level, and I'll remain that way minded. But yeah, watch this space. So anyway, that's it for me today. Any comments, drop me a line, I'll respond to everyone. Remember, this vlog is part of the Runpreneur challenge, which is my fundraising mission. Save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. Check the link in the comments below to find out more on how you can support it. But do give this a subscribe and a share. As more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thank you for your support. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.